It's your boy Fat Fool, and we back, baby, for another week of For the Culture.
And it's your girl Sherez. You know, we just chopping it up and
Today we're gonna get conscious on y'all, man. Talk about things that you might be afraid to talk about with your friends. Check us out.
following. Fuck all the quick money. I don't want a quick paycheck. I want a paycheck that when I'm 40, I can come up out of that bitch whenever I want to and still singing my songs that are 20 years old. That's what you call power in your music.
It's power in your music, but what if you've been sleeping on the floor and your fucking grandmother need medicine? You still gonna not do it for the money?
Then talk about that shit in your music.
I do. And other gangster rappers do.
No.
That's why they want the music. That's why they want the chains, and they want all this crazy. Because we ain't had it. We wasn't fortunate.
What a lot of gangster rappers do is they talk about a lot of shit. Not saying it's good or bad, because I understand that's their reality. They're talking about a lot of the dark shit, which is okay on some songs, but talk about the real shit. That's why a lot of people appreciate it. You know, some of the artists, like, I listen to...
Like Big Baby Dram, you know, with the, Kent Jones, Hola, ¿cómo está? I said, konnichiwa. She said, pardon my friend.
No, I like real, like, hip-hop.
That's hip-hop. You don't know what I'm talking about?
Do you talking about that new shit, I think?
How the song called? Hola, ¿cómo está? She said, konnichiwa.
No, I'm not talking about. I hated that shit. They played that shit so much. They like it's
the culture needs that.
I feel like they were trying to make me like.
The culture needs that over jig.
No, man, I've been listening to Nigerian Afropunk. Them niggas over there killing it. I've been listening to a lot of UK gangster rappers. Them niggas are killing it over there too.
They doing it, but I don't listen to UK niggas because they get it from us.
No, they don't.
The swag and the beats. Yes, they do. I tried to reach out to... Alright, no bullshit. I tried to reach out to a UK nigga and he said, man, I only do Cash Money AP beats. I said, well, who making the beats out there where you at, right? He's in He's in Shottingham, which is a town outside of London, right? It's a hood, you feel me? So I said, why don't y'all use UK beats? He told me nobody uses UK beats. He said they use all niggas from Atlanta. That shit killed me. Because the niggas from Atlanta don't even use... Them niggas is everywhere. They just think over across seas that the niggas is from Atlanta.
When you dealing with a producer that's just set in one thing...
Yeah.
See, my favorite producers are not these new age ass, hip hop producers ass, MKP shit ass bitch.
Yeah.
Fuck all that. That's not real... That's like a small percentage of producing. That's digital. That's why I told you my studio that I'm building is analog. Converted into digital.
Right.
That means that even my old studio is going to fuck all these new studios over because they're running off of straight digital. They don't have the power. That's a different sound. That's a different way to working that shit.
Yeah, I remember you told me that.
So when you listen to producers that listen to everything like a Rodney Jerkins, that nigga has produced he produced some of the hottest hip hop songs.
I know who makes the jewelry.
Everything.
I know Cody
You know
Saraga.
what I'm saying? When you look at
his father, you know Cody Saraga? His father make Rodney Jerkins.
Speaking of some crazy shit. Remember I told you I was buying a MacBook. So I bought the MacBook from this dude. I'm talking to this dude on the phone because he lives like 2 hours away. He wants me to pick up the Mac. Well, I want to pick up the MacBook because I don't want to pay for delivery. Like 2 hour drive.
Right.
So he's like, white guy. He's talking to me. I'm just wondering why he's having such a chill conversation with me. I'm a stranger. But he's like, hey, you know, I just thought about it. I got to go through that computer first before I give it to you because I don't know if you know this, but that computer you about to get is a legendary computer. I'm like, what you mean? He was like, look, I done recorded so many people on this shit. Like,
yeah, so who's the guy?
His name is Steven something. He had a studio in New York. And he's like, look, I thought about it, but I got some tracks on there that I have a Snoop Dogg and I got to take them off just for, licensing reasons. I'm like, what the fuck? So he's like, yeah, I've done Linkin Park on this, Snoop Dogg, the Jonas Brothers, Queen Latifah. He said, I recorded the whole De La Soul album on here.
He must be a Jersey cat. I'm from Jersey.
He's like, Snoop, all this stuff.
Linkin Park from Jersey, and Queen Latifah, and motherfucking, the other rapper.
And so I'm chatting with him.
That's straight.
And he put me on shit. He like, hey, look, you don't have to do this, He said the only reason I'm upgrading my gear. He said, now mind me, this is 2000. No, this is Pro Tools 7. Joker's recording on Pro Tools 12. This is
Yeah,
Pro
I know.
Tools 7.
That's
He
crazy
said,
shit.
Key, the real thing is not the machine. Pro Tools.
Yeah, it's the person.
He said
What'd he
it's
say?
the conversion. He said, so your box that is converting to that bitch, he said, that is the real thing. He said, I'm just upgrading to Pro Tools HDX.
What do you
from
mean the
Pro Tools
conversion?
7.
What do you mean? You talking about the fucking the
Remember-
interface?
Yeah, remember the box I got,
It's
the Abby box?
The interface, yeah.
That.
Yeah.
And then the card that goes in the computer.
Yeah, no, not the SD card. The
Who
card.
about that card back cost him
Talking about
$2,000.
you talking about the chip for the Pro Tools, the iLock,
No. It's a card that goes
So,
in the machine.
like a memory jump?
About that big. About that big.
What you know about Manhattan? Because I just heard about it at lunch.
Oh, about the whole bike thing?
No, it was a bomb attack yesterday in Manhattan, and a motherfucking a dude from Tampa, Florida, a Palestinian from Tampa, Florida, who been here for 10 years. So it wasn't a terrorist attack; it was a domestic attack. He put a bomb in a Home Depot truck, and in traffic yesterday in Manhattan downtown. He fucking blew that joint up. It killed 8 people and injured 19 others.
I can say my opinion, but it's gonna sound crazy.
I mean, I'm asking if you knew the story because I was gonna bring it up because it's the most current thing of this week.
I mean, by this point, I don't really look at TV like for real.
It's Twitter. Fuck TV. It's Twitter.
I mean, even on social media, when it comes to all that shit, I don't look at no type of news, no type of none of that fake ass shit. I don't look at that because all those shit are set up. You gotta like, okay.
I know what you're saying. It's
So, like,
scripted,
it's scripted.
And the studio producer says, "Hey, you can't put that out." So if they have some guy to do that, why do we watch it? I feel you, but Twitter don't have that.
No, they.
Twitter
I
don't
mean,
have
they do. If you look,
they
at
don't have a content. You just
Okay.
can't see porno on it. You gotta be of age.
Okay, this is the thing.
What's up?
When it comes to shit like that, you notice that shit been happening gradually, and you know it seems like all them motherfuckers be
It's
from
not that.
Florida.
It's not. Oh.
I'm
that's
a Floridian.
that's what
It's
you
a
get
lot of
to.
it's a lot of stuff that goes on in Florida. You gotta think about this. You got NASA in Florida. You got a whole bunch of foreign people that just come to Florida, and then you gotta think about the dude who just bombed LA. That nigga came from Florida. Then you gotta think about the niggas who
I got a
did
question.
9/11. 9/11. Them jokers come
Taliban?
from Florida.
Taliban.
They trained them in Florida.
They trained them in Guantanamo Bay. I thought.
No, they trained them right here in Central fucking Florida. If I'm not mistaken, at Emory-Riddle.
Oh, you talking about the old
Cause you know
military
that's the
base?
plane.
It was an old military base though, and that
Not
shit is
Emory-Riddle.
gone. The base
Uh-huh.
gone though. I know what you mean though.
But anyways,
But you didn't hear about the bombing though.
when it comes to that bomb shit, excuse my French, we have to be mindful. It's like we receive a lot of energy. And what I had to learn is my first transition into really changing and embodying and walking into my purpose is I had to change what I allow into my ears and what I allow into my eyes. And when I say eyes, I'm talking about this shit right there.
Yeah. Your third
Because
eye.
no matter how you slice it or dice it, when you look at it all day, even if the intention is not to be bad towards it or soaking it as a bad thing, because the underlying message is bad, it's gonna soak in deeply to always like on some negative shit, and I just don't look at it no more. I had to give up looking at all that. I had to give up posting
Well,
that.
guess what, man? You know, you probably don't even know we're going to war.
Oh, we always going to war.
No. We're going to war so bad that November 4th and 6th, I'm about to get my homie send me the site right now. They're going to cut off, we're going to have a blackout. Monday, Tuesday, we're going to have a blackout, and they're going to send the bomb. And the reason they're going to do that, when we did Hiroshima, they had a blackout so that Japan didn't know if we sent it or if one of our allies sent it. And that was the last blackout that we had for that. And I ain't believe that shit until I motherfucking, hold on, man.
Guess what? I ain't worrying about none of that shit.
You ain't worrying about that shit?
None of that shit.
You tripping. You
None
got
of that
felonies? You got
shit.
felonies?
Nope.
You going to war then. You tripping.
Nope. I ain't worrying about none of that
You
shit.
need to worry about that. Sherez Miller going to war, y'all.
Nope. This is this. You gotta understand this. I keep saying this and I'm not gonna stress this no more. You are the manipulator of your energy. That means what you speak is what you shall. Now, this is the thing. You have shit in you that you can tap in, but you got to go through levels to tap that shit. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be doing what the fuck you want to do, around here doing what you want, moving how you want. To an extent, you have to become organized and stuff like that to be able to harness. How you think them joker nuns and ninjas and shit like that can fucking hit you from this distance and fucking kill you in one punch?
I don't believe that. Only one could do that, Bruce Lee.
No, are you serious? We the one who did that shit. You can go to Africa right now. I was just looking at a thing when the dude was talking about the monks. He was talking about them jokers, talking about the Japanese people and stuff, and them harnessing energy and doing all these miraculous things because they tap out of this dimension and tap into another realm to do this shit.
Yeah,
come back.
Yeah, Buddha did.
Now check this out.
Hold on right here. My bad. Hold on.
Hello? Hey, cuz, Monet over there?
Yes, you are.
Hey, actually, what's the site, man, that we can be informed by the blackout?
Hold on. I don't know what the heck you're talking about.
Hey, Monet, hey, can you text me the site about the blackout?
Okay, I'm gonna text. He has you on Facebook.
Yeah, or if you know it, what's it called?
I'm gonna send it to his phone and then he'll text it to you.
All right, bet.
Okay.
And it's gonna show it when she showed me that shit. Bro, they're about to send the bomb. I don't know if it's to North Korea or Russia. I doubt it's Russia because we're working with Russia. You know that? That's what we need to talk about on the show. It surfaced that fucking Donald Trump works with Russia. He's our fucking president. And it surfaced that Russia took the emails and leaked them for Donald Trump. And we still couldn't get him vetoed for cheating.
You see, I guess my problem is I don't worry about that bullshit. I never have. I never will. I study niggas like W.E.D. Du Bois who said, fuck them niggas. We still doing what we the fuck doing.
He wasn't a nigga though.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying in terminology.
I hate W.E.D. Du Bois. You shouldn't
Why?
have brought that name up.
I like W.E.D. Du Bois.
I hate him because he was bougie.
I like Marcus.
And he didn't live in the projects.
I like Marcus Garvey. I like all the jokers
Marcus
in there.
Garvey didn't like W.E.D. Du Bois.
They didn't like. No, they didn't.
None of them liked
But this
him.
is the thing.
Because he was bougie.
I like all. You know what? What I have to learn is you can't disrespect nobody walk because we didn't.
You don't know their lane. You're right. You don't know what they did.
What if you were birthed in a white family if that was your purpose and position to connect the dots, nigga? How can I get mad at him for that? But he did do a lot for us. He was one of the first black people to say fuck voting because it don't matter because I done already learned from these people that it don't matter.
But he's W.E.B. Du Bois, the first one who pointed out the fact that on a $2 bill, it's a black guy at the Declaration of Independence named John Hanson.
And you got to think about this is one of the first.
But he was the first bougie nigga ever who didn't have black friends. He only hang with white people, and it's a fact.
Well, then if that's the case, you can
but that
say,
was because he wasn't relevant.
That's the case, you can
Niggas
say,
wasn't relevant
you can
to
say
him.
the joker like George Washington Carver was bougie because it's like they purposely kept him around.
No, he wasn't bougie. His cousins and them, they weren't relevant. We talked about this in week 12. When you become so engulfed in yourself and your career that your immediate friends and family are irrelevant to you because they don't relate. You feel me?
That's why
what it
half
was.
of these niggas don't
But W.E.B. Du Bois didn't have to do that. Tuskegee Institute, he could have helped. He didn't have to write about that. He could have helped.
It's a lot of things that we have done and we still continue to do
what was the experiment?
Ourselves.
The Tuskegee Experiment. He could have helped, man. He didn't have to write about that.
Look, this is the thing. You have to understand that. Firstly, we have to push beyond that 500, 400 year history mark. That's what I get fucking pissed off about personally. It's because
we didn't get no reparation yet.
No, you got to understand this. Firstly, I did a piece on this. I said, firstly, what are the steps to even get a fucking reparation? As black people.
As black people, right?
Firstly, hold on. That's a trick question. Because I'm going to break this down.
It was freedom.
Hold on. No. As black people.
Oh, as black people, and the trick question is we weren't supposed to get it.
No, that's my thing. As black people.
Right.
It's the reason why I'm saying black.
Right.
How are we supposed to go about getting our reparations?
Through freedom and the justice of the court.
No.
How?
In order to really get any type of reparations, first you have to go under an ethnic group, meaning that black is not a biological ethnicity or anything.
At that time, it wasn't. Yeah.
It ain't still. What do you mean? Like white is not either.
You never filled out a test and said, "Were you black or African American?"
For example,
you never filled that out on the test?
you notice it's only a handful of that. But then how come when I go overseas, I don't hear them fucking words? When I go, you get what I'm saying?
I got some, but it depends though. That's Spain is different.
Once we start to realize
Mm-hmm.
what we have been boozled out, this is why I keep saying go beyond 500 and 400 years of history. His story.
Yeah.
So firstly, once we start to understand, well, who the fuck is the Aboriginal people?
Yeah, the Aborigines, exactly.
The people who was here before all of them.
Americana.
How come when I can go in a history book and learn about slavery, and all these African slaves were brought over here, but you only historically see the documentation of four ships.
Oh, you talking about
The
through the middle
biggest
passage?
ship.
Talking about through the middle passage?
Hold on, the biggest ship
They
that
said
was.
it was. They said
hold
it was one of the
on.
first ships in the middle passage.
No, it was 4 of them. The biggest ship that was created, if I'm not mistaken, by
What?
not the Japanese, the Asians.
Slave ship?
It held almost like 150 odd people because the ships couldn't. That was one of the bigger ships. Smaller ships did not hold that many people. It only hold like 50 people.
Yeah.
Then you gotta think about the food that gotta be on that bitch for them to survive.
It was no food.
So how many slaves? What you talking about? They had to be even now today, if you want to see, it take you a couple of weeks. Like for me to get to the Bahamas, unless I'm on speed control.
Yeah, they were
with
there
my
for
boat.
months. They were on the ship for months.
For months.
And they were fed corn mesh. In my middle school, they taught us that shit.
That's because
But I bet in your middle school, they didn't teach
look,
you that shit.
whatever you learned in fucking school is fake.
I just told you what you just told me. I learned in school, and you telling me it's fake.
What I'm telling
so that means what you're saying is fake.
What I'm telling you is the stuff that I learned is shit. When I went to school, I the one who taught my teacher shit. I was like, yo, that's not. You need to go back. And my teacher used to be like, Key, how you know this? When I was younger, you got to think how they teach history. So my grandmother's from Alabama. They taught the real history there. They
taught the real history where I'm from too, because schools are called Martin Luther King Middle and Malcolm X Middle.
That don't mean nothing.
They taught us the real history.
That don't mean nothing. You have to start to understand the whole movement of pushing people into the slogan of the name black. So you gotta look at the steps. Okay, when I was sitting with my great auntie who was like 110,
bless her,
right? Mm-hmm. They gave her a birth certificate at 10 years old. They didn't have birth certificates then.
Yeah.
At the time, the Europeans used to call them American. Ah, damn, that's the word they call us that now. American.
Yeah.
Because American, the real definition of American means the copper-colored people of this fucking land. Damn, we look copper as fuck.
The Indian.
We don't look like Africans that come over. A lot of Africans.
They talking about Americana. We look.
So now
like
check
Americana.
this out. Now check this out. When they start making birth certificate, now you are put as a straw man, meaning like you healed, but you really ain't healed, nigga. You get what I'm saying?
No, I kind of do.
A straw man, like I'm healed, but I'm really healed.
My shit don't say that.
Pretty much. No, it's on your. When you got a number on your freaking. If you have a social security card, that is your straw man card.
Oh,
it's two of you. You like stock, nigga. The first stock on the stock market was slaves.
The what? Say that again.
The first stock
on
the stock market was slaves. So you got now, when you understand the structure of America and who the real American is, you got to go back past 400-500 years, cause then you start to understand. Okay, wait, hold on.
We gotta go to Egyptian time.
No, you gotta say, wait, hold on. We fighting for our land when really, actuality,
it's not
they
stole this land.
What they did was
gentrified them.
No, what they did was when Abraham Lincoln set up things for us to own our land. He set that up. That's why I still respect Abraham. No matter what people say, when you study Abraham, he set up black people to still have ownership of our shit. He set up banks. He set up all that shit because he understood money markets and shit like that and the economy crashing and things. So you got to think the Indian reserve and stuff like that, they were still working with America's sovereignty people, meaning that they had ownership of their name and their land and whatever they wanted to do over there, and they could trade as like another country, whatever like that, with Americans. But then, when they started signing like certain treaties and shit like that, you had nigga like Andrew Jackson coming over here and saying, hey, all that stuff that's yours, well, America decided to put in our clause that shit is ours, and we have to relocate your lands. Because what they did was, when Indian people wrote that paper, what they agreed upon was saying, without them knowing.
Yeah, because they didn't.
What they agreed upon was saying, hey, we're going to take your fertile land, and we're going to send you to a land that's unfertile, meaning unfit. You don't understand how to till that land. You don't understand how to profit off of that land. That's why you see the certain takeovers of our shit. So now we sit here talking about retribution and shit like that.
You read that?
No, this is shit that, this is some of the stuff.
I was taught another way than that.
Look, some of the things, you have to first realize this. Your elders is your wisdom. Meaning that some
and
things.
this is what I was taught from my elders.
You can't even read about. This is some stuff like when I go, my parents from Alabama, well, my grandmother from Alabama. But my family owned a lot of property, a lot of land, like acres. And you know how hard it is to own acres in Alabama, nigga? Like, niggas always come up try to steal your shit. So you have to know your stuff. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand certain rights. You have to know your stuff. You have to understand protocol. So, like, when it comes to ownership of our stuff, when we are labeled as black, when we really are the indigenous people, and because we are the indigenous people, that means that this is really our land. So, technically, why are we fighting when we could just make the point as a whole once we all wake up to say, hey, this is our land. Let's just now push to say, let's take ourselves from being called black, and so we can prove who the fuck we really are, so we can go for retribution, because now when you write in your laws, you have the DNA links to, now they can't lie, because black is nothing.
So tell me this, what you telling me all this, I done forgot the initial question.
Your thing was with the black. I don't like using the term black because.
You talking about black for what? On the tests?
Yeah, like when they even change.
Oh no, I will always put other because I wanted to fuck up the census.
No, even when they put African.
You were right. You was black.
African American. I give prime example. You know how the word African American came up? You go to old Alabama, you'll get cussed out by an old person calling them African American. I ain't no fucking African American.
Well, where we come from? Well, probably because they came from Haiti. They were Haitian Americans.
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Probably they came from Dominican Americans. They came from islands of color. St. Croix Americans.
No, I'm talking about Native people.
Yeah.
People who are like, if I were to pull up my phone.
Native people, Americana.
I'll show you who these, like my
The Native people were Indians, right?
Yes.
And so they said they landed on Plymouth Rock, right? But they did not land on Plymouth Rock.
Who landed on Plymouth Rock?
So they say Chris did. Chris ain't landing on no fucking Plymouth Rock.
No, he's landing in Puerto Rico and he massacred the Taínos.
That's what I was about to get to.
He wiped out the bloodline of on the men's side, so it can't be passed down to the men. But Taíno Indian bloodline only runs through the female Indians.
You know something.
I know what the fuck I'm talking about. And guess what? They ain't even Puerto Rican. They're actually Taíno.
Yeah, they Taíno.
Yeah, that's the shit that I'm talking about. They ain't even supposed to be called Puerto Ricans.
But you gotta ask a Puerto Rican if he knows about that.
Why he don't know about that?
Because they don't teach that in the culture. Because
you know why?
They left it out.
You know why? Because what they did was they took Catholic Church. They went under the name of a church.
Oh yeah,
and they went
put the religion on.
They put into Africa. They went into the Caribbeans because the Caribbeans. This is what happened. They did not know how to control slaves in the Caribbeans.
Yeah.
This is before slaves got into America. Now, it's only 9% of black African slaves that made it to America. You gotta think about that. So where did the rest of these fucking slaves come from in America? If only 9% made it. Who the rest of these fucking slaves on these plantations? Indigenous people that they put say that they are black.
And we reproduce.
Because guess what? When they put the indigenous people as black, then they can say, oh, these are black people or niggers or negroids. We can put them into slavery and take their land. Because blacks in the Constitution and shit like that don't have no rights. Now you see what I'm getting at?
I get what you're saying.
That's okay. So how can we talk about retribution when we don't know the order?
That's where we was at. Reparations.
How can we talk about reparations
when there was no order from the jump?
No, when I'm saying we as black people don't know it. Meaning that we don't understand that the reason why they changed they took our culture, our language, and they documented us in the indigenous people. They documented us as black. When they did that, they was allowed to say, hey, you know, black people technically don't have a right or something like that.
To do
so
that.
now I can take from you guys because you haven't woke up to understand that you ain't black. You indigenous.
So let me ask you this: Do you classify yourself as an American?
Me? If I was to classify myself, I would say I'm a true American. But a lot of people wouldn't get that.
American.
I'm a real American, meaning that I know
you know the truth
like,
of America.
I know for a fact
so
that.
unfortunately, you're an American. That's what you mean.
No, what I'm
What's
saying
a true
is
American?
a true American is the copper tone people of the original land.
Oh, like Americana, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I know this because I've met my greats before they passed away.
I don't like to say I'm American because if my great grandfather, if his great grandfather wasn't kidnapped, I wouldn't have been kidnapped, and I wouldn't have been conceived by I don't like to say that. I'm not American.
But technically, even if
and I don't like to say that because my peoples come from Somalia. I don't like to say I'm Somali.
Even if
Somalia,
he was
I don't like to say
if he
that.
was kidnapped, like that's what I'm saying. If he was birthed on this land, like
And I done went back. He was kidnapped. It wasn't war crimes.
Slavery.
My family didn't come from war crime neither.
Yeah.
He was kidnapped. He was weak. You feel me? By the white Savoys from France that they came got us. But I still wouldn't classify as American. That's what I wanted to ask you.
But see, okay, but
now
see,
when I go to Mexico
roots,
and when I go to Colombia and they be like, he's American, I'll be like, no, I'm not, because I speak English. They kidnapped me, bro.
But see, the thing about that is that's not a bad thing because you firstly
It is
the
a
first
bad
thing,
thing.
no, the first thing
Because they
is
set us up for failure as soon as we landed.
no.
It is a bad thing.
No, it's called stalling. Okay, think about this. If they know who you are, you gotta really think about this. And I'm talking about not on this little minute topic, as a grand scheme of things. Okay. So you talked about the Tuskegee. All right.
What, the airman
hold on.
The school or the
whole
experiment?
The whole experiment. Now check this out with
Oh.
the Tuskegee Experiment. Now,
For y'all don't know, they test black individuals with syphilis.
So check this out.
That's what they did. That's why syphilis is in our community.
Even though this is a fucked up thing that happened, it's a smart thing when you want to know who your enemy is.
Yeah.
Because
right, but why they couldn't have done it to their own?
Why would I test out an experiment on my own people hurting them? Bitch, I'm gonna test it out on y'all.
Because we animals, we lab rats, right? That's the shit that give me that W. Du Bois could have helped.
Now, check this out. But you gotta understand it. You gotta really think of this.
Okay.
Really think of this. Because then I'm gonna get into I'm gonna really tie it together.
Don't get too deep on us, Charlie.
No, this what I'm saying is, when you look at that, the Tuskegee, they figured out, okay, they were studying us. They did that to us. And then they was able to get a hold of our DNA, all that shit to really study us. So they know a lot about us. Then, let's go up to Henrietta Lacks, who have the Immortal Cells. We talking about a black man, they understand STDs in black men because they studied that shit.
Tell him.
Meaning that.
Tell him that man name one more time.
Who?
Henry.
That's a woman.
Oh, that was a woman.
Henrietta Lacks was a woman in the, if I'm not mistaken, in the 50s. And she had cancerous cells. When they went to find out this lady's cells, so when you take cells out of your body, they die after, a couple of days to a week sometimes. Her cells, to this day, in the lab, has continued to multiply. So what they did was with this woman's cell, which is Immortal Cells, they made everything we use now, as in vaccines, medication, pills, for AIDS medication, everything you can think of is made out of this lady's cells. And they didn't even tell her fucking family. They made all these millions of dollars off this lady's cells. So now you know what that tells me? They understand the molecular and DNA structure of us. They know what make us tick. They know what we like. They know what we don't like. They know a lot of shit about us. And when you know who your people are, I mean, not who your people, but when you know who the people that you are purposely oppressing and suppressing, and you know exactly what made them tick. Remember, even Tupac mom said, hey, look, all we was out here doing is teaching people who the fuck they was. And they came after us crazy. She told that to her son. All we was doing was teaching people knowledge.
Yeah, right. I know.
Cause your mind controls everything. That's the real key. Is your mind is really what makes all this. Like, to be honest with you, my mind makes this color. We as a collective whole have made green to be green.
I don't want you lost me with that, Charlotte. That's for another episode.
Like, for example, you're not
gonna tell me that my eyes, because a dog is colorblind, and you're not gonna tell me that
you should
that my mind run my eyes. Yeah, basically, I know that.
How you think the camera work?
If I got shot in the back of my head, I could lose my sense of color. I know that. Yeah. But if I didn't get shot in my but what I'm saying is, if I didn't get shot in the back of my head and lost my sense of color, I still can't look at something and say that it's red when it's not red because of my eyes.
What I'm saying is the things that we see.
Yeah.
Everything that this is projected by us. Meaning, like, if you break down a camera, you know when you take a picture in a camera lens, it's a whole nother lens that flipped upside down that captured that shit. Everything that's created on this planet is a reflection of us. Even animals is an attribute of us. Colors and things, meaning that
that's through the pineal gland, though.
When you feel
that's through the third eye, what you talking about,
yeah,
right?
when you feel, but that's even connected back into your DNA. That's connected back into your family lineage. Certain emotions that you don't even understand why I even like this shit, or why this shit make me feel this way, or why I like this color. That is an actual emotion that is connected to your spirit, that is past this life that you have made.
I believe
and you don't even know why. Damn, I don't know why I like this like that. Because you are tapped into something so deeper. You might be liking something that your ancestor 5 generations back loved, and he has tapped into your energy from the spiritual realm, because that's all it is spirits, and he's sharing that with you into this, because he's now using you to manifest in this realm. You get what I'm saying?
I do.
That's with everything. That's even with people who
I used to wonder
things.
why I like to take so much. And I get to jail when I rob still. Robbing got me into jail. I get to jail when I take your food. I used to wonder why. Come find out, I never knew my father. My father did the same shit.
And that might not be bad. You should learn about
and so it was his energy.
You should learn about the God Pan.
Who?
You should learn about the God Pan. Pan.
Yeah, I read about him.
So you have certain, they say deities, but they're really just energies that you can tap into.
Yeah.
That is of chaos. So that's why I don't look at people when they do certain things, because that might be something that you're just supposed to be here to cause chaos. Because chaos is not a bad thing.
But you want to know what fucked me up with Pan though was?
What?
Because I still believe in one and God, so I still believe that he wrote this story millions of years ago.
What?
Like he knew we would be talking about this today. But Pan don't feel that way.
You are the manifestation of God, meaning that God is the nothingness. Okay, this is how.
I know he is him. I am him.
Yeah.
He is me. I am him.
Exactly.
And we are one.
God is the nothingness. In order to be something, he needs us, or the energy itself, because it's really not feminine it's not masculine nor feminine. It is all the end all be all. So God is in this realm of the nothingness, but we are the physical manifestation of that. We have to tap into that.
Yeah. Mashallah.
But somewhere down the road,
Mashallah. I try to somewhere down the road we get lost because of the world and the things, the entertainment, the what do you say, the shaitan shadows in us, the bad consciousness in us.
No, that's a good consciousness. That's not a bad consciousness. That's why I said we are tapped out of that bitch. The what's inside of you, think about this. If God is the nothingness, it's the darkness, the inside of us, the shit that we don't see in this dimension and stuff, how is that the dark side of us? Sometimes,
that's common sense.
For example, when you have a bad dream is all it is lower energy. You have certain energies and deities that you can say like, shit the fuck that. When I was younger, I used to have a lot of nightmares and shit, and I got to a point.
Help me, because I still have nightmares.
You have to talk to those lower energies and say, calm the freak down. Because what happens is, when you rise up in consciousness, in your Kundalini energy, when you rising up in consciousness.
Oh, she said the Kundalini.
So, when you're rising up in consciousness,
that means your brain.
Guess what happens? Your lower chakra starts to fight, which is your root, which is red is representing like hell, like those darker things that are holding on to you. And that's why you ever feel like you don't went to another platform, you elevated, and then some bad shit comes.
Yeah,
you
that happens to me all the time.
That's because you are meant to do something. You are meant to do something, meaning that your Kundalini energy is going to win. Because the Kundalini energy is, you ever seen on all the ancient texts the little snake that goes up the body? That's what the Kundalini energy really is. Because it's rising to tap this open. Once you tap that bitch open, you got to do a lot of shit to do that.
Tricking me.
Guess what?
I thought Kundalini was a orgasm in the mind.
No.
That's what I read it was.
It's opening up and rising your consciousness. Meaning that the reason why a lot of shit is happening is because your Kundalini energy is rising and it's going to change you. You're going to become conscious. Like, what I mean by that is certain things, you're gonna stop caring about certain things, and you're going to learn how to tap out of this realm and manipulate your energy now.
Energy.
Not by the physical way, not by this, by just that shit. You're going to be like, home, I ain't going to do shit, but speak some shit, and that shit happens. I'm trying to tell you, I'm not sitting here lying. You'll be like, damn, I need this to happen on this date, and then you take a book and you write, I will be complete this on this day, and watch it happen, because you manipulate that energy. Divine intervention. Now, this is the thing. If you haven't raised your energy,
your energy to do that.
Sometimes you get tapped into the wrong thing. You see niggas be getting possessed and shit because they don't tapped in and they don't started some shit and they never finished that shit. You gotta know who you talking to, what energy you tapping into, a lot of that stuff.
Damn, bro. I need to talk to a therapist. This is for the culture, y'all. If y'all got any questions about anything we said today, man, y'all hit us up, man. Send comment and we will definitely get back at you ASAP. We'll accept the donations. Shout out to CB Goods, man, because right now he keeping us moving, man. We got other sponsors that we ain't gonna name because paperwork, but this is for the culture and we love y'all. Pray for my head.